Try to challenge it, bruh. I literally did nothing, bruh. I did nothing. I guess, bruh. 33-24. Me. Third. Five.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Here we go. Ready? They're going to run with Barkley. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little
Bro, I barely had the ball. I've had the ball for like 3 minutes.
a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Cut near the goal line. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers shrinking the lead some in the third. DJ Moore, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give
Luis, you didn't possession the catch, bud.
Wow, major miscue there, and they're not going to get to. Wow, still a full quarter left and down only a score, but here comes an onside kick. And the Texans secure that kick, no problem. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. All right, partner, are you on board with that call we just saw? Yes, they trailed, but it's not a huge lead. It's only in the third quarter. Hold it, you jumped the gun. Now they're in a tougher spot because they didn't recover. Did you say no?
No. No.
Why not?
Because 95% of the time or so, those things fail. Why would you do that this early? No.
So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Try getting that one to Brock Bowers. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
18 Cardinal. Come on. 18 Cardinal. 7 Pirates. Panther 11.
They'll throw third and long. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one misses the tight end. And that brings up fourth and long.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is first and 10.
Set, hut. Ready.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's got Bellinger. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. They'll go play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They've got first down here from the 36.
Down. Ready.
They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Kraft has it. And He's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Bronk? It's a gain of 5, 3rd down coming up.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down, and they've got themselves a 1st and goal.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
Black claws red. Black ultra. Blue striper. Set hut.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. 2nd down coming up. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense.
And he scores. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers get 6 points for themselves. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he's still...
And he can't get a throw away. He's sacked. Oh, this game stays tied. Surprising that he wasn't out there to break the tie with a point after, as he gets out there now to kick this off. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Devon Fuller bringing that play to an end.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
Alert. First down. Alert. Come on, come on. Ready, ready. 70,
An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. They'll run here, following the penalty. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd down, looking for options. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Quite the brave call they're making in this situation, Brock. They're going for it on fourth. Looking to throw. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
That's incomplete on second down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
To the air on third and long. And he's not going to escape this. The Texans take him down. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a fourth down. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
Down. Blue 30.
That'll do it for 3 quarters here in Super Bowl 61. Just one final act to go in our season. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the fourth. Well, tie game, and they want to be the ones to put this away. They're going for it.
Here we go. Here we go. 45. One. Ready.
They'll throw for it. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on fourth down as they force the turnover.
One way or the other, that was going to be a decisive play to break this tie. They thought that they could pick it up, no question about it, and build some momentum down the field. But how about a shout-out to that defense, now setting their offense up in great position.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that first down marker. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Enough to Gibbs from the gun. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stop just a little bit shy of the marker. Third and a lone yard coming up.
76. Here we go. Set. Ready.
Back to throw now. This one's caught. And in he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans take a fourth quarter lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready. Rail. Set.
Throwing off the play fake. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. And the Texans take possession at their own 7-yard line.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense, and this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Drive begins with Gibbs. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Mustang 19. 79 ratio.
Here's a throw. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Had had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
They'll air it out on third. Chased out to his right. Pass caught. It's Hunter. And this play's going to come to an end at the 27. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be a first down, Texans. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
First down, Houston.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Finds the in route complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Looking for a pass on second and short. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And what will they dial up on third and short? Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs.
60 Vikings, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Dragon 60.
Third down from the gun. It's caught. Chase has it. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
Go check, go check. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
He's going to throw it again. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Come on, set, let go.
This is Gibbs on second down. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Got it, ready.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal.
Red. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans have a commanding 14-point lead now in the fourth. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Texans lead by 15 now.
51. Packers 36. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Moore with a return. Making some progress here. And he's going to be out of bounds with some outstanding field position right at midfield.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field. And you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you're going to be more interceptions.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They'll throw 3rd and long. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had.
That was bullshit for both of us, bro. That was actually bullshit.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here on 4th. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And he has this down to the 34. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
A gain of 15. First down, Texans.
Looking to throw here. Meets Bowers with another catch. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans have likely locked up the win right there. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Packers 36. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Moore with a return. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. That is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30.
Take over first and 10. At their own
Packers getting set here. First and 10. He'll work against the blitz. He's going deep. And this is going to end up being
That should have been a PI. Out of everything, that should have been a PI.
but just couldn't make the connection.
leads to second and
Still 10 to go. It's 2nd down now from the 26. Back now, pressure coming. Gets it downfield, on target to Watson.
I see, Luis. You're copying my plays.
Defense catches up to him near that 45. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
first and 10 at the 44-yard
To throw here on first down. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that is 5 sacks for this defense in this game as their latest brings up 2nd down. Pass play now. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the Texans have the football at what looks to be the 37-yard line.
intercepted. The Texans take over first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Texans about set to celebrate this win.
Come on. Let's go. Ready.
They're going to pass it here. Looking slant route, complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ready.
formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
Ready, right?
Drawing up the design keeper.
Go!
Lining up to take a knee on second down.
Blocking 18. Go!
They're drawing up for him. Setting up for the kneel down on third. And the Houston Texans have done it! They are your Super Bowl champions! They made it through the regular season perfect. They advanced through those 2 playoff games, and now, Brock, now they can officially call themselves just the 2nd undefeated team in NFL history. Only them and those 72 Dolphins have ever claimed that piece of football immortality.
It's pretty wild, isn't it, Kate? Over half
Yeah.
a century since we saw a team make it through an entire season undefeated. And in this modern NFL, remember, they played 20 games a season, at least 20 games. So we wondered if we'd ever see it happen again, but here we are. Witnesses to history and witnesses to one of the best football teams ever assembled.
Now here's the presentation of that Lombardi Trophy. Commissioner Goodell awarding it to the Houston Texans, the champions of Super Bowl 61. And all the work, the long hours, the sacrifices pay off in the end as they raise that Lombardi Trophy. We've been able to join them every step of the way on this journey to the top. So for our incredible crew, my partner here in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. Thank you for joining us this season on EA Sports. We'll see you next time.